Hey everyone, I'm Armor Gaming. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to Monster Analysis. Up for analysis today is Bowtie. After a great war, Bowtie considered his service to the forces of good finished, so he went on a journey of enlightenment. But now he's had to put his journey on hold. His immense power, protection, and support are needed in Monster Legends. Evil is around the corner. Now let me start off by saying Bowtie is probably one of the most amazing monsters ever to be released. He's going to be extremely helpful with the coming wars. Considering that Social Point has introduced a library into the game, and now there's different team wars involving books, this means that now it's very possible for monsters to face different elements. So for example, even though Bowtie is a magic monster, he can go up against water monsters, dark monsters, all sorts of monsters, and you're going to come to see that Bowtie has some pretty amazing anti-deny skills. And so before we move on to skills, I'm still going to be comparing him to the rest of the magic monsters. So as of the time recording this video, there are a total of 34 legendary magic monsters. So starting things off with power, Bowtie has a not so impressive power of 3245, which actually puts him in 17th place, tied with Gretchen. His life, on the other hand, is something Bowtie can actually boast about. This life of 34,080 is the highest life for magic monsters, and even in the overall game of all the legendary monsters currently released, this is the 5th highest life. And moving on to speed, he boasts an impressive speed of 3,476, which puts him in 4th place in the magic category, along with monsters like Galanta and Shannara's pets. And having a speed like this makes him outspeed just about every other deny monster, or at least he's on par with other deny monsters. So stats wise, he's incredibly good. He has an amazing speed, an amazing life, and the power doesn't really matter because Bowtie, like I said earlier, he's more of a supportive monster, he's more of an anti-deny monster. And fortunately for Bowtie, being that he's a magic monster, he's immune to possession, which is the main form of deny that magic monsters tend to have. Moving on to skills, to his ultimate attack, the Mind is Everything. Removes all negative status effects from allies, all targets heal by 100%, all targets recover 100% of their stamina. So Bowtie's ultimate attack is a supportive skill that removes all debuffs from your whole team, as well as heals their life and recovers all of their stamina back to the original starting point. And as far as how good this ultimate attack is, personally I don't really like it, but that's just because I'm not a really huge fan of supportive ultimates. I'd prefer offensive ultimates that can finish off the team or can help you win. But this skill, as far as ultimate attacks go, as far as being a supportive attack, it is really good. All your monsters are pretty much going back to the start of the game. No debuffs, full life, full stamina. And I'm curious to hear from all of you guys. What do you guys think about this ultimate? Do you like it or do you not like it? Let me know in the comments below. With that being said, we're going to move on to skills. And I'm going to start off in skills group 1, talking about the skill No Fear. This skill deals moderate magic damage, gives blind and daze immunity to allied team. So this skill targets a single enemy, dealing 35 damage, it costs 31 stamina, and it has no cooldown. And the cool thing about this skill is that your whole team will get blind and daze immunity. So a skill like this will probably be most helpful going up against light monsters. Light monsters are typically the ones that tend to blind and daze you. And No Fear is also really useful against Akhenaten. Akhenaten is a dark monster that has an AoE blind, daze, and damage reduction skill. So before I talk more about Bowtie, I should probably say that this is the kind of monster that it'd be really useful to have multiples of, and probably different builds, just slightly, like 1 or 2 different skills, involve giving your team some sort of immunity to either a DLT, a deny effect, or just some negative effect. But anyways, moving on, going for Refuge. Deals moderate special damage, removes all negative status effects to allied team. So here we have a special based attack that deals 35 damage to a single enemy, it only costs 28 stamina, it has no cooldown, which is surprising to me, and it removes all debuffs from your whole team. In my opinion, this is a must-have skill, because whatever DLT or whatever negative effect the enemy applies on your team, you can easily remove it with this skill, deal a little bit of damage, and you can spam it the next turn if you need to. Regardless of what skills you put on Bowtie, you definitely need to be running this skill. Moving on to skills group 2, we have Look Within. Deals heavy special damage, gives nightmare and bleed immunity to allied team, requires cooldown. So here we have a stronger skill, it's special based, it deals 50 damage, costs 31 stamina, and it has a 2-turn cooldown. And nightmares and bleed immunity would probably be the most useful against dark monsters. Specifically, Balthazar comes to mind because he has 2 AoE skills that do just this. One of them is nightmares plus 50% chance to bleed, the other one is bleed plus 50% chance to nightmares. But let me just say that overall, from all the different immunities Bowtie can give your team, I would probably say this is the least effective. So moving on, we have the mother of all skills, the Sun's Protection. Deals moderate magic damage, gives possession, freeze, and stun immunity to allied team, requires cooldown. This skill is so darn amazing. First of all, it targets a single enemy, dealing 40 magic based damage, it costs 34 stamina, it has a 3-turn cooldown, but your whole team gets immunity to possession, to freeze, and to stun for 3 full turns. The cool thing about Bowtie is that it's not only the regular possession, it's all sorts of possession, and it's not only stun, it's also mega stun. And so going back to possession, if you've seen the Social Point video, Bowtie actually even protects you against someone like Hackster, who has a different sort of possession called Hag. So most likely Bowtie is also going to protect you against Glitched. And I don't really know what to say other than well. The fact that this monster has a skill that gives you immunity to the 3 most common deny skills, what more can you want and really what more can you need? Given Bowtie's amazing speed of 3476, given this skill, you can pretty much make the enemy deny monster useless in just about every single scenario. And especially that moving forward in Team Wars, we have monsters that are going to clash in elements. So for example, you might find yourself facing a cabin fish who can freeze or stun you, and a hackster who can hack you, and maybe you'll even fight a violet who can possess you. And in that scenario where you're facing those three monsters, now of course you could always try to deny them somehow using an AoE skill yourself, but that may not be possible because Violet for example is immune to possession, Cabinfish is immune to freeze, Hackster he actually can be denied, but still unless you have AoE stun, you're pretty much not going to be able to deny the enemy team. And not to mention that AoE skills always have a 90% accuracy, so trying to AoE deny isn't always the most reliable choice. But with Bowtie, you can just activate the Sun's protection, and it doesn't matter what the enemy deny monster does. They can try to hack you, they can try to possess you, they can stun or freeze you, it doesn't matter, your whole team is safe, and most likely if the enemy monsters are running all speed runes, guess what, they have base life, they have base power, so they're not even going to be able to kill you, it's going to be an easy 3 coins for you. This is the second of Bowtie's skills that I have to say is a must-have skill. But anyways, moving on to the next skill, the Moon's Protection. Deals moderate special damage, gives burn, poison, and quicksand immunity to allied team, requires cooldown. So here we have a special based attack that deals 45 damage, it costs 34 stamina, has a 2-turn cooldown, and this time you're getting immunity to poison, burning, and quicksand. And I personally think it's really interesting that you're getting immunity to quicksand, because currently only one monster in the game has the ability to apply quicksand, so who knows, maybe they're going to be releasing more monsters that can actually apply quicksand. But overall, I think this is a really good skill. Of all the skills that give immunities, next to Blind and Daze, I'd have to say this is the next best one, because burning is a DOT that takes away 15% of your health, poison is a skill that takes away 10% of your health and reduces your damage output, and quicksand is another effect that also takes away 15% of your health. So in my opinion, this skill is way better than Look Within. Not to mention, because of burning immunity, you're good against fire monsters, poison immunity, you're good against nature monsters, and quicksand, well, you're good against Tessidae. And like I said earlier, Bowtie is the kind of monster that it'd be really useful to have multiple versions of him. That way you can run different skill sets to grant your monsters different immunities to different monsters. But anyways, for the purpose of my video and my build, I'm not going to be recommending the Moon's Protection, but just keep in mind that it is still a really good skill. Moving on to skills group 3, we have Analysis of Truth. Deals moderate magic damage, all of ally skills in cooldown become active. So Analysis of the Truth targets a single enemy dealing 30 damage, it costs a whopping 60 stamina, it has no cooldown, and this skill just basically restores the cooldown on all of your team. So you can think of this as an anti-Timerion skill, because if the enemy Timerion does cooldown activated, guess what, you can do Analysis of Truth and then your other monsters are free to attack. And even though the stamina cost is ridiculously high at 60, I have to say this skill is definitely worth running, because even outside of the realm of Timerion, there are so many different combos you can pull off. For example, if instead of giving 3 speedruns to Bowtie and making him an anti-deny monster, if instead you choose to give him team speedruns just to help him support your main deny monster, then after your deny monster uses his AoE deny skill, when it's Bowtie's turn, he can actually restore the cooldown, which means that when it's your main deny monster's turn again, he's going to be able to use that same deny skill yet again. And the same applies to your attacker. So if you have a team of a main deny monster, a main attacker, and Bowtie, and you make sure that Bowtie goes last, your main deny monster is able to use his strong deny skill, your tackle is able to use a really strong attack, your Bowtie can go last, activate cooldowns, and you can start the cycle all over again. And so for the purpose of my build, this is your third must-have skill. Next up is Peace is Beautiful. Target heals by 30%, may give regeneration to ally, removes all negative status effects, requires cooldown. So here we have a skill that targets a single ally, it recovers his life by 30%, it gives him life regeneration, and it removes any negative effect he may have. And this is actually going to be my 4th recommended skill. It's an extremely useful skill that can come in handy and help you secure 3 coins in any type of war. And as for the last skill, we have Truth Follower. Adds 30% of stamina to ally, adds stamina regeneration to ally, requires cooldown. So this is the stamina version of Peace is Beautiful without the removing debuffs. So here we have a skill that targets a single ally, it costs 31 stamina, has a 3-turn cooldown, and applies energy regeneration. So pretty much, whatever ally you choose to use this skill for, they are never going to have to recharge, and you don't even have to worry about them not having any skills, because even if they had a skill set of really high cooldown skills, you could always use Analysis of the Truth to restore the cooldown, so they're always going to have stamina and they're always going to have skills to use, so these 2 skills can combo really great, especially in really long battles. But still, even with that combo, I still have to recommend Peace is Beautiful even more. And so one quick last time, my recommended skill set from Skills Group 1 is going for Refuge, Skills Group 2 is the Sun's Protection, and Skills Group 3 is Analysis of the Truth and Peace is Beautiful. As for runes, there's 2 main different options. First of all, you can give him all speed rune and just have him be as an anti-deny monster. It doesn't really matter what the enemy tries to do to you. If they try to stun you, freeze you, or possess you, you can protect your whole team against that. The other option you can do is to give Bowtie team speed runes. You could also add in a team life if you're experienced with life runes. And the purpose of that build is to have a main attacker and a main deny monster have them go first, and with Bowtie you can just restore the cooldowns. And like I said, moving forward, Bowtie is going to be an extremely impressive monster. He's going to be extremely useful just because of the different Team War combinations. And so I'm personally going to recommend that people do try to get this monster whenever possible, as you definitely don't want to feel like you missed out in the future. With that being said, now I want to hear from all of you guys. What do you guys think about Bowtie? Do you think he's good? Do you think he's not so good? Let me know what your opinions of him are in the comments below. And with that being said, thank you all for watching this video. Like always, remember to dream big and pursue your passions.